Hi, mother-in-law. Sorry for the delay in getting back to you. I was in a meeting and didn't have my phone with me. I'm sorry it took a while to notice you called. It seems you called me several times. It seems like it was urgent. How can I help you?
Oh, thanks for replying, Stacy. I'm sorry to interrupt your meeting. It's nothing important.
Huh? It was a phone call, not a message. I thought something was wrong.
It's really not a big deal. How would you handle my phone calls? I was just testing you.
I was being tested?
Yes. What would you do if I called you repeatedly like I did earlier? Because if someone calls repeatedly while you're at work, usually people wonder what's going on, don't they? But you just kept on working, didn't you? You really just do as you please, don't you? Now I know exactly how you feel about me. Well, you and I don't know each other that well after all. I didn't expect it, but that's how it is.
No. Wait a minute. I was in a meeting and didn't have my phone with me. I didn't intentionally not answer the phone. It's not that I don't care about my mother-in-law. That's not how I feel at all. I'm on the phone with you now, aren't I?
You don't have to get so mad. I didn't have any expectations of you from the beginning.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. You're my daughter-in-law. You haven't been treating me like you're my daughter-in-law, have you? Not only to me. Isn't it the same with my son? Right. You haven't lived up to my expectations, have you?
What are you talking about, mother-in-law?
You should understand what I'm talking about. Isn't there something you feel guilty about?
What? Is it about a child?
Oh, I knew you knew. You know what everyone is expecting. You don't want to have kids, do you? Work. You really hate me and Stevie, don't you?
That's not true. I don't blame work either. I know how Stephen feels and how you feel, but this is not a problem I can just solve on my own.
Are you sure about that?
What?
It's a matter of whether you want to do it or not. Well, let me tell you something. Are you trying to have a baby? Going to the hospital or…
Not yet.
Get a checkup. If you can't have children, it means you're not trying hard enough.
No, I want children too, but I really can't.
Huh? Why do you assume it's impossible? This is happening because you have a body that can't conceive, right? That's why I said I don't expect much from you. I pity my son who took such a woman as his wife.
There are things I can't control. You're a woman too, so you should understand, right? Can't you just understand this?
Huh, you're being so rude. How could I possibly understand a wife like that? You don't listen to me at all, don't you think so?
What?
I tell you to quit your job, but you keep doing it. And when I tell you to focus on the family, you say, I'm doing work. You keep making excuses. How could you possibly have a child if you're like that? That's why even Stevie is getting fed up with you.
Did Stephen say something?
Of course he's dissatisfied. Already he complains every day. If you think about it, you'd understand. You can't even do housework well. You demand to split the household chores, and you despise your husband. A wife who can't do anything but work. His ideal marriage wasn't like this.
No.
Isn't it natural? It's not you who should be depressed about it. You're the one who should feel sorry for Stevie. Don't react like I'm so shocked. It's Stevie who is in shock. You are the perpetrator.
Rachel, enough. Even if you're my mother-in-law, there are things you can say and things you can't. It's hard for me too that I can't have children. Everyone has their own reasons. It's sometimes hard just because you know that.
What? Are you playing the tragic heroine? You're the one who caused all this in the first place, aren't you? Will you stop acting like you're the only one who feels bad? I want you to stop making excuses like you're the only one who feels sorry for yourself. The person you should feel sorry for is Stevie, right? Have you ever thought about Stevie's feelings a little?
I fully understand how hard it is for Stephen, but having a child, and about my work, it's between me and my husband. It's something we need to discuss as a couple. I'm a little offended that you went so far as to call me out on this.
Well, you talk to your mother-in-law this way? You're even crazier than I imagined. Why did Stevie marry such a person? I really feel sorry for him. You haven't fulfilled any of your duties as a wife. In that case, Stevie shouldn't have gotten married. I think he would be very happy now.
Sorry, I'm at work. Let's talk about this when I have more time.
Oh, really? When it doesn't go your way, you run away. That's the thing. That's what's wrong with you. If you think you can just blame everything on work, you're wrong. Stevie must hate that you do that too.
I'm sorry. I can't finish our talk now, so please excuse me.
It's an important talk, and you're running away? Fine. You keep running away like that. If you keep running away like that, Stevie will really dump you. I'm just trying to warn you.
Thank you for your advice. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Stacy, you have time today, right? Can you text me now?
Hello, mother-in-law. I'm fine. Is there something wrong?
I have something important to tell you.
Important?
I thought we could talk more slowly on your day off, so I decided to do it today.
Yes? What is it about?
Actually, Stevie is at my house right now.
Oh, I didn't know. I knew he went out early this morning. He went to visit you?
Yes. Stevie doesn't want to stay there anymore. He says he's fed up with your freewheeling ways. I warned you a lot, didn't I?
Huh. I didn't think he felt that way. I'm sorry to hear that.
What? The way you said that. It's your fault this happened. Don't you have any remorse or apology? Do you even know what this means?
Yes, I'm well aware. I'm sure I had something to do with it. As for Stephen, I think it's both of our faults.
What a thing to say. Are you saying it's Stevie's fault?
Well, there's a cause.
Stevie ran away to his parents' house because he was exhausted. Not even a single word of apology.
I don't understand. Why should I apologize?
Well, how crazy can you be? Because you're not fulfilling your duty as a wife. This is what's happening. Don't you feel sorry for Stevie?
I hate to say this, but I don't neglect the house just because I'm working. I do the housework, and I take care of Stephen's personal needs. I never once asked him to do anything. So why am I the only one to blame? You don't know anything. I think you're a little bit crazy.
What a surprise. You never cease to amaze me. You know why Stevie is so depressed, don't you? He wants a child. A child!
You're talking about that again.
What do you mean again? I've been telling you for a long time. I told you so many times, but you don't understand anything. You are unfit to be a wife. If you can't even have a baby, my son is divorcing you.
Are you sure?
What? How can you say that?
I'm glad. Thank you.
Huh?
No, I'm really glad. I was thinking that too. I'm glad you told me about the divorce.
Huh? What do you mean? You must be in shock. You really are crazy. You're just telling me that? I don't understand how anyone in your position could want a divorce. I hate you for being so rude.
I'm blamed every day for not being able to have children. Blaming me alone for it? Being called over and over again while I'm at work? I can't stand that this situation continues.
That's because you're not being a good wife. It's not my fault. Besides, it's Stevie who's been putting up with it the most. If it's like this, I shouldn't have let him get married.
Maybe you're right. I can't stand being blamed this much either. I thought that Stephen and I would be happy together. I guess I was naive.
Please don't be so high and mighty. And don't blame me for Stevie. I'm annoyed, and Stevie is annoyed too because he got a wife like you. Just get a divorce and go away.
Thank you very much. I will definitely do that. Thank you for everything, even if it was only for a short time. Goodbye.
I'm sorry for calling you out of the blue. I wonder if you remember me.
What? Mother-in-law?
I'm not your mother-in-law anymore. You're still so rude. You and I have been unrelated for a long time, haven't we?
You're right. I'm sorry. Rachel, it's been a while. What's wrong?
No problem. I'm very happy about something. I just had to let you know.
Something happy? Okay.
Yes, actually, Stephen got remarried. And with a pretty girl 7 years younger than him. She's an office worker at a company.
Wow, I didn't know that. What does that have to do with me?
What? Normally you'd celebrate more, wouldn't you?
Even though we're not family anymore?
Stevie got remarried, remember?
Oh, right. Congratulations on his remarriage.
You were and still are really mean.
That's me, I guess.
You're still talking down to me. Well, that's okay. I don't care about that. I'm sorry for you.
Sorry for what?
You're a single woman who can't have kids and is suffering from infertility. I'm sorry that only Stevie got remarried.
I'm remarried too.
Oh, really? Is that so? I didn't know.
Yes, I remarried a year and a half ago.
Oh, I see. It's great that you got remarried. Some people are just plain lucky. Stevie is going to have the child he's always wanted this time.
Is the woman he married pregnant?
She's not pregnant yet, but she's still young, and unlike you, she'll have a child soon. Now that's a relief to me too. You're infertile though, and that was impossible for you.
I already have a child.
Huh? What? I can't believe you have a child.
Thankfully, I have a pretty little girl. I got remarried a year and a half ago. We didn't do any particular fertility testing. It just happened naturally and quickly. We are now living happily together as a family.
What? No, lying is not good. Lies. I get how you feel. I know you're frustrated because Stevie got remarried, but that doesn't mean you should have fun lying about your bad luck.
What's the point of lying to you? I'm just telling it like it is. I'm already a mother.
Huh. That can't be true. Even when you were married to Stevie, you didn't get pregnant for about 4 years. Because you were infertile and worked all the time.
Rachel, what are you talking about? It was your son who was infertile.
Huh? What are you talking about? Don't be silly.
If you don't believe me, please get him tested. Well, I did it once a few years ago and already got the results.
Oh no. Is that why you couldn't have children?
When I was married, I thought it would be better for my husband if I kept quiet about it. I thought you would be devastated. And yet, Stephen blamed me for not being able to have children. That's unforgivable, isn't it? I put up with it because it was a sensitive issue. Now that I think about it, Stephen was just being selfish.
What? Then just because he remarried doesn't mean he'll have a baby?
That's right.
Oh no.
Even if it wasn't me on the other side, your son wouldn't have been able to do it in the first place. I told you that everyone has their own reasons.
I won't forgive you if you're making this up. You're the one lying anyway.
If you want to think that, go ahead. But I don't think he can have children. I'm sorry to hear that. Be careful not to bully his wife. Rachel was an impossible person till the end. I don't want her to be involved in my life again, so I changed my phone model and all my phone numbers and accounts. According to what a mutual friend told me long after the last message, Rachel had been bullying his new wife without learning her lesson. She blamed only his wife, even though her own son was infertile. Her son was infertile, but he kept blaming his pretty wife, and as a result, she left him after only 1 year. His new wife put up with it for just a year. I'm sure that mother and son will live in harmony with each other for a long time to come.
May I call you now? Hey, why don't you answer your phone? Answer it.
Oh, mother-in-law. What's the matter so early in the morning?
What's the matter? Are you home?
Yes, I am. I'm at home. What's wrong?
Where's Rocky? Is he with you?
It's a weekday, so Rocky goes to kindergarten and stays until evening. Why?
You're not working. Such long hours. I don't feel sorry for you. You just want to have fun, don't you?
Rocky loves kindergarten. He loves playing with his teachers and friends, so it's fine. If I let him take a day off at my convenience, it would disrupt his daily rhythm. Basically, I sent him to kindergarten on weekdays. Long stay is only when I have to work, but...
What do you do when you're off work? You're probably slacking off anyway.
I do the errands I can't normally do. The rest of the time I do the housework as usual.
If you don't have anything special to do, at least pick up the phone. It's not time to go out yet, is it?
Okay. So, what can I do for you?
I just passed by your house, and your car was there, but your laundry wasn't hanging out to dry. I called to see if something was wrong. You don't seem to be sick.
Oh, you were worried about me. Thank you very much.
What? You must have misunderstood something.
Huh?
I'm not worried about you. I just thought something might have happened to Finn and Rocky.
They're both doing fine.
I hope so. Besides, where did you go yesterday? My friend saw you and Rocky in front of the mall. If you want to go shopping, tell me before you go.
Huh? Do I have to report every time I go shopping?
Naturally. Anything can happen while you're out shopping. You're too easygoing. Think about your child a little more seriously. If you're not going to work, then do your best to take care of the house.
Yes, I understand.
Hey, are you still lounging around the house? Just because you aren't working today doesn't mean you can be lazy. What are you doing?
Mother-in-law, did you come all the way over here to check on me? I had to go out for an emergency.
Why are you going out on your own? I didn't hear anything.
Wait a minute. Do I have to tell you when I go out for an emergency?
I told you earlier that you have to tell me when you go out, didn't I? Even if it's urgent, it doesn't change the fact that you're going out, right? Do you understand English?
You don't have to talk like that. Of course I understand English. I'll be more careful next time.
And you're going to work tomorrow, right?
Yes, tomorrow. Can I talk to you for a minute, mother-in-law? Did you come to our house today?
What? I'm busy preparing dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I came over there, but I don't know what's the problem. You probably don't do much housework anyway. I swept the front porch and vacuumed. You should thank me.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't want you to come here without permission.
Huh? I'm doing you a favor. Don't you have a thank you to say? Besides, I have a spare key.
I only gave you a spare key in case of an emergency. I will do the housework to the best of my ability. If you ever want to come over to my house, please let me know.
How can you say that when you can't even fulfill your duties as a wife? I'm going there for you because you're useless. If you're so lazy, don't you feel sorry for Finn and Rocky? To begin with, you've been married for a few years and you can't do anything, can you?
As for the cleaning, thank you very much. If you think I'm useless, I will do my best to do more housework. So please be sure to call me when you come to my house. could you please?
Yes, I understand. I will do so next time. You're really strange and annoying.
Mother-in-law, after I made it so clear, you came to my house again?
Oh, this time I cleaned the toilet and the bathroom area meticulously. See how white the toilet bowl is? I even sprayed it with bleach. Isn't it comforting to have a clean toilet? You should be thankful to have a mother-in-law who does perfect housework.
Mother-in-law, are you hiding something from us?
Hiding something? I don't have anything to hide.
Really?
What? Are you suspecting me of something? But it's you. You're the one who had me clean up after you, and you didn't even say thank you.
Mother-in-law, did you break something?
Huh? Did I break something? Ah, I remember now. I dropped a flower vase that was on display, and it broke. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. But it was a cheap one from the dollar store, right? Why don't you just buy another one?
Huh. It's not from the dollar store, but it's not expensive. But Rocky went into the bathroom alone. He got hurt by a broken piece. I think he stepped on the sharp end really hard. I just came back from the hospital and it was a pretty deep cut. He had to get 4 stitches on the sole of his foot.
What? Is Rocky going to be okay? Poor thing.
Mother-in-law, I asked you very clearly, didn't I? Please call me before you come to our house. Are you the one who needs to study English?
Who do you think you're talking to? That's beyond rude. You're so annoying. But that's not the point. Is my grandson all right?
Please don't change the subject. Even if it's harsh, I have to say it this time.
Really? Who do you think you're talking to? That's enough.
I'm not talking back to you. What would you do if something happened to Rocky because of you? How could you miss such a big piece of glass? How can you say you're worried about Rocky and Finn and not care about that? I'd rather not have you clean up after me than have you do that to me. It's much better. Please don't enter my house without permission. I guess she felt bad that her grandson got hurt. My mother-in-law apologized and said she was sorry. She no longer enters our house without permission using her spare key. I appreciate that, but I feel like I'm always being watched because of the proximity of our houses. Even though it's my mother-in-law, it's still creepy to think that she's always watching me. It makes me nervous. I'm afraid that my mother-in-law will escalate the situation over time. I'm afraid she will break in again. I'm thinking of calling the police and charging her the next time she breaks in. She's still a suspicious person, you know?
Hector, where are you? The date will change soon. I'm getting sleepy, so I'm going to bed.
Oh, Annabelle.
You're in a good mood, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm having a drink with my colleagues. I'll be home soon, so please leave the door unlocked.
Hey, remember what I said this morning? Tomorrow is the 3rd anniversary of my father's death, so I'm going to the memorial service. I have to get up early tomorrow morning. I can't bear it if you smell like alcohol. Are you sure you're okay drinking that much?
I'm fine. Just as usual. I'm a strong drinker. Besides, it's only the 2nd bar. It's not over yet.
Listen, Hector, I understand how you feel. It's totally fine to go out for drinks. But when you have important things to do the next day, like this time, I'd like you to hold off a little. It's part of the etiquette for the people around you. You're a grown-up man.
I know that, but my colleague said he wanted to go today, so I should accompany him. Don't you think so? It's my responsibility.
I understand, but I think you need to reschedule it this time. I've told you about my father's memorial service a month ago, haven't I? You knew about it in advance, so you should at least adjust the schedule of your drinking party.
I don't think you understand, Annabelle. I need to prioritize my colleague because it's important to socialize outside work. You can't just keep prioritizing your own schedule. Do you understand?
Well, yes, of course. I think it's very important to socialize with colleagues outside work. But this isn't a good timing for that. Please remember that tomorrow's memorial service was scheduled first. That's why I think it's normal to prioritize the memorial service.
Don't be so harsh. I didn't say that I won't go with you. I promise I'd be there tomorrow. What I do the day before isn't related to that. I'm not bothering you anyway.
That's true, but you remember that, don't you, Hector? It was my cousin's wedding 2 months ago. The day before the wedding, you went to a drinking party and came home late saying that I have nothing to worry about. Then, on the day of the wedding, you couldn't get up in the morning and we were almost late. You had to go to the bathroom during the ceremony because of hangover. People around us seemed to notice your alcoholic smell. I was so embarrassed, you know.
That was a long time ago. Don't hold on to it forever. It's already past, so don't complain about it now. After all, I made it to the wedding. You can't just blame me for everything.
Seems that you don't understand about what I was trying to say. When the bride and groom came to greet the guests, you weren't there. My cousin asked me where you were, and I didn't know what to say. For your information, it was totally embarrassing. I don't want that to happen again tomorrow, so please do me a favor by coming back home early today.
You're being so persistent, aren't you? We're having a good time here. Can you please stop interrupting me? I'm having fun. It's still past midnight anyway. I'm going to visit another bar, which is the last one, and then I'll go home. If I go to the right place tomorrow, you won't complain, right?
The last one, huh? If you do that, I know you'll be home at around 2 in the morning. Besides, you won't be able to catch the last train if you don't rush your way to the nearest train station now. How are you going to come back home? I can't pick you up.
I'll make it in time. I'll just have a quick drink and go home right away. Don't worry about that. I'll catch the last train. Leave it to me. I'm not a drunken teenager who can't even think rationally. You should trust me.
It's not like that, but I understand. Are you taking your medicine today? I don't want you to end up with a hangover again.
Oops, I forgot. I remembered before I went out for a drink. It's been too long since I've had a drink, so I was too excited that I forgot to take my medicine.
No, hey, you just went for a drink 3 days ago. You go out for a drink quite often. I guess you could have come home early today.
Jeez, I didn't know that you're so persistent. I was looking forward to going out for drinks today. You should think about my situation too. I told you that I'll be home in time by catching the last train today, and I'll go to the memorial service tomorrow with you. That's enough. You're my wife. Don't get in the way when I'm having fun.
Okay then, you're right. I shouldn't bother you, I'm sorry. I got a little too upset. I'll leave the front door unlocked. Be careful when you get home. Sorry to bother you again. I just finished taking a bath, so I'm really going to bed. You'll be home soon, right? Is it okay if I go to bed first?
Oh, sorry. I missed the last train.
Seriously? What are you going to do?
I promised you that I'll catch the last train, so I tried to rush to the nearest train station, but I just couldn't make it in time. I must be too old that I couldn't run fast to catch the last train.
No, that's not what I meant. You're too optimistic. What are you going to do tomorrow if you miss the last train? I told you, we have to leave at 8 a.m. to catch the train tomorrow.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll think about the solution. I'll make sure to be there on time. I mean, do we have to leave so early? I wanted to relax a little more.
My mom said that we could come and stay the day before. We talked about it, and yet it was you who said that we should just catch the train in the morning, remember? Besides, I told you in advance. If you left the party early and went to bed straight away, it wouldn't be a problem. I don't care if it's a weekly thing. It's just for tomorrow, so you should have rescheduled the drinking party.
You don't understand, Annabelle. I don't have the concept of leaving a drinking party early. No matter how many plans I have for the next day or how little sleep I get, I always make it a policy to enjoy drinking parties to the fullest. You know that better than anyone else, don't you?
That's not the point. I wouldn't have said so much if the next day's errands were only for you. But it's for both of us. I know I've been saying this over and over again. But you are an adult, Hector. That's why you should behave like one.
I'm sorry I missed the last train. I'll be home on time tomorrow. Don't be so uptight. But are you sure you don't need to go to bed right away? You're always worried about me, but you maybe oversleep too.
You're right. I have to get up early tomorrow, so I'm going to bed now.
Got it. I'm staying at my colleague's house, so I'll just have one more drink and then go to bed. Don't worry about it.
Well, do whatever you want. Good night.
Make sure you don't oversleep in tomorrow, okay?
Hector, are you awake? It's already 7 a.m.
Sorry, I just woke up. I'm leaving in a hurry.
See? I told you. That's enough. What time do you think it is now?
Let's see. Huh? It's already 9:30.
Yes, it's 9:30, and I'm already at my parents' house, and the memorial service will start in half an hour. Even if you come now, you won't make it on time anyway.
Really? I set my alarm and woke up at 6:30. I swear. But I fell asleep again.
Enough already. I don't want to hear your excuses. If you're sure you have to get up, you should be able to get up. If you couldn't wake up, you should have taken the last train home. I know you don't want to do that. You don't have to come here anymore. I don't even want you to come.
Hey, calm down. Why are you so angry? It's your father's memorial service. He's not my dad. I don't need to be there, do I? You should be glad that you made it on time.
Are you seriously saying that? I'm really stunned. I'm glad I've made up my mind.
Made up your mind? What are you talking about?
I'm breaking up with you. I'll tell everyone at the family gathering today.
What? Why would you do that? What's going on all of a sudden? If you're joking, it's not funny at all.
Joking? There's no way I would joke about something like this. I warned you so many times yesterday, and it was you who ruined everything. I trusted you.
Wait a minute. It was my fault. I'm sorry. I have no intention of getting a divorce at all. Please, forgive me.
I've already told my mother beforehand. I'll call your parents tonight after the memorial service. I'll go get your stuff too.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I really woke up once, but I had a headache. When I realized I fell asleep again. It can't be helped. I'm so sorry, Annabelle.
You know what? I warned you yesterday, didn't I? I didn't want you to end up with hangover like what happened during my cousin's wedding. I was very insistent about what I said, but you just refused to listen to me.
Well, that's true, but...
You didn't take it seriously. You said you were fine, and then you missed the last train, and then you couldn't get up. It's just not normal. You're not behaving properly as an adult.
I was planning to get up on time. Please forgive me.
Even if you had intended to get up, you didn't actually get up. No matter how many excuses you give me, I'm not going to change my mind. If you are having a headache and tired, just go back to sleep for the rest of your life. Well then, bye. I contacted Hector's parents and told them what happened. He's just too childish to become a husband. I didn't get any compensation because he didn't cheat on me. Hector finally realized that he was wrong, and we were able to get a divorce without any trouble. He had never done any housework, and since the divorce, he has been almost completely insulated from his parents and cannot rely on them. He must be having a hard time on his own. I think he deserves it. I'm now living a meaningful life at home with my mother. Hey, I need you to lend me some money. It's $20,000 in total. Please, you're the only one I can count on. Maggie, are you all right? What's going on? You and my son work together, right? I heard that both of you make a lot of money. I know that you have a huge amount of money in your savings account. I don't understand what you're talking about. What's wrong with you? Please explain it clearly.
You're such a stupid wife that you can't even understand what I'm saying. Why don't you use your brain to think about it? With that amount of money you have, you could live for a month.
That's right. Not just a month, but enough to live for a while. Anyway, I still don't understand. What do you need the money for?
I got divorced yesterday.
What? I didn't hear anything about it.
Of course. That's because I didn't tell you.
I can't believe it. Why?
He was cheating on me. He betrayed me. I don't think we can be together anymore.
Your husband betrayed you? I think you must be mistaken. You should check with him again.
Are you taking his side? That's terrible.
No, I'm just surprised because you were suddenly divorcing your husband.
That's why I need money to live on my own. I'm not working, so I have no income. But I'm in trouble.
But $20,000 is a lot of money. We can't afford it.
Huh? You are both working and you don't even have savings with that amount? Unbelievable. What's the point of working?
Oh, I know. You must be wasting your money by living a luxury life. I'm not wasting money. Please don't be rude to me.
Besides, I have to pay the rent. Do you think I have enough money for that?
Geez, well, I don't know what I can do to help you.
You know what? I couldn't get a loan because I don't have a job, so I wrote down my son's name as a guarantor.
Are you kidding me? I need to talk about that with Albert. You can't just decide that on your own.
Is that really necessary? I'm in a lot of trouble. I think it's obvious to help a family member.
It's not that simple. Asking to become a guarantor is a serious matter, no matter if you are a family member or not. You understand that, don't you?
Albert is my son. It's only natural that you help your parents. I thought you understand about that.
That's true, but it's a serious matter. We need to discuss it first.
Our family's business is none of your business. I can't believe it. What kind of education did your parents give you?
I'm married to your son, so I'm a member of this family too. How my parents educate me has nothing to do with this.
From the moment we met, I knew that you were spoiled by your parents. You're such a bad and naive daughter. I was right about that.
How rude of you. I don't care what you think about me. Please don't say bad things about my parents.
I really should have stopped Albert from getting married to you. I didn't want him to marry you. Your parents didn't educate you well enough.
I beg your pardon? What did you just say?
Listen to me. I've always hated you. You took my precious son away from me, and now you're acting like you don't care at all.
What? Of course not. I care about you and your son.
I know that you're pretty and everyone pays more attention to you. You deceived Albert, didn't you? I don't know why he was deceived by a stupid woman like you.
I didn't deceive him.
You're a liar. I really hate you. I've never thought of you as my daughter.
Oh my God. Maggie, why do you say such terrible things?
Stop talking nonsense. Just lend me the $20,000 right away. It's for the sake of your parents. Do you understand? Did you talk to Albert? I've already signed the contract. I'm in trouble. Hey, say something. My dad told me about that. Will you explain the details to me, Mom? Albert? I thought I was talking to your wife. No, it's me, your son. I don't know what's going on, so I asked my wife to let me talk to you directly. I heard that you got divorced from Dad. Did you ask your dad about that? Yes, it's true. It was a big problem to me that I feel as if I were about to break down into pieces. Really? Are you telling me that you're making excuses since the main cause of the reason was your affair? What? You cheated on Dad. I know that. Don't you dare to fool me. Why are you lying to me?
I'm not! You shouldn't talk to your own mother like that.
You cheated on Dad, and when he confronted you, you got upset. That's crazy.
Did your father say that?
Yes, he did. He was appalled. He said he was just trying to rebuild the relationship. Mom, you have no idea how Dad feels.
Because he kept complaining about the affair.
What do you mean? He said he's not going to help you anymore. That's obvious anyway. If I were my dad, I'd do the same. Do you realize what you've done to him?
What the heck? We're all here for each other. Why are you complaining like that?
It's more than a complaint. I heard that you put my name as your guarantor. That's a crime. Do you understand, Mom?
What? I mean, it's natural for children to take care of their parents, right?
Are you serious? I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Albert, you're my son, and you're supposed to take care of me. I'm in trouble, so you should help me since I'm your mother.
I don't care if you're my mother or not. I would never do that. Don't make assumptions without even asking. Look elsewhere and search for another guarantor.
Huh? What are you talking about at this point in time? I'm your mother. You must help me.
I'd feel sorry for my wife if I had to take care of such a sloppy mother like you. I'm ashamed of myself.
You're just like her. Why are you always so uptight? Why can't you be more flexible?
It's not about being uptight or not. It's just a matter of common sense. I can't believe this is really happening.
It can't be helped. I've already signed the contract. I don't have a choice. You have to pay for that. Think of it as helping me out and do something about it.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've already canceled the contract. That's why I don't have to pay.
You canceled the contract? Have you lost your mind, Albert? You can't do that.
Of course I can. You were using my name without my permission. You don't have my consent, so the contract is invalid.
Well then, what about my place to live? What about my future?
I don't know. You still wanted a divorce, didn't you?
I have no choice than to live together with you then. That's the best solution.
What are you talking about? There's no way I'd let you live at my place. I can't live with someone who doesn't have common sense.
That's the only way to solve this problem.
Have you forgotten the terrible things you said to my precious wife?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I think it's just a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? Don't be silly. I've got solid evidence. Or are you too old to even remember yesterday's record?
Don't be too rude to me, Albert. I remember everything.
Yeah, you do remember. I never thought of you as a parent.
Oh no, your wife made you say that, didn't she? Is that so? She wasn't a good wife at all. I told you not to get married to her.
That again. I've had enough. Anyway, can you just stay out of our lives from now on?
No, wait a minute. What about me? Are you going to abandon your mother?
I'm not abandoning you. You're the one who caused all of this. You need to take your responsibility as a grown-up woman.
I can't believe it. Will I be able to see you again, Albert? Let me talk to your wife. I want to apologize.
What's wrong with you? I don't want you to do that. I feel sorry for my wife. I told you not to get involved anymore. Oh yeah, I'll tell you something good.
What is it? I'll do anything if you'll forgive me.
No, I won't forgive you, but you know what unemployment benefit is? I think you need it the most right now. Why don't you talk to the council office? They'll give you some friendly advice.
Hey, I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't think you'd be that mad at me.
Money talks. If this is how it's going to be now, it's going to be even worse in the future. For the sake of my wife's happiness, I'll cut ties with you once and for all.
Hold on a sec, Albert.
Well then, take care, Mom. Goodbye.
I don't really care about my mother-in-law, but I'm a bit curious. So I asked Albert about what happened to her after that, but he wouldn't tell me. I heard through the rumors that she has managed to live with her elderly parents. Since she is such a person with no common sense, she has not been able to keep a part-time job and seems to have been moving from job to job. I wonder what she's going to do with her elderly parents. Well, it's no longer my concern anymore. As for us, we have been blessed with our long-awaited first child and are now living peacefully together as a family. We have no intention of letting the child see her grandmother, at least not at this time.
You're not busy at work right now, are you? What time will you be home?
Mom, I'm still busy at work. I'll come home late today, maybe around 10 p.m.
Huh? You don't even get paid for overtime work since your company is a small one, right? Don't work for nothing. Just get back home quickly.
If you're just going to talk to me like that, can you please stop texting me? I'm really busy at work.
Don't talk back to me. You make it sound as if I had a lot of spare time.
What do you want, Mom?
Oh, now I remember what I was going to tell you. I want you to buy some delicious sweets if you're coming home early. Sandy is coming over.
Really?
Yes, but you will be home late, right? Since I know that you won't need dinner, I'm going to eat out with Sandy.
What about Dad? I think he needs dinner.
You and your father can eat whatever you want. I cook dinner every day, so don't complain if I go out to eat with Sandy once in a while. Even housewives need a day off.
Neither me or my father ever complained about you.
I'm depressed every day taking care of your father and you, so I need to take a break once in a while.
I didn't say that I disagree with you. Why don't you do whatever you want then? You don't have to say you're depressed all the time.
You know what? I'm tempted to say at least that. I've been taking care of my family for decades now. And to think that's how my life is going to end is just depressing.
I don't know why you would say that to me. Why don't you have a hobby then?
I don't need that. I have Sandy to take care of me. I'm fine as long as she is around. Besides, she knows a lot of good restaurants, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh well, why don't you get going then? Have fun.
I will. Besides, since your salary is cheap salary, there's no way you can take me to some fancy restaurants. Sandy really is a good daughter, isn't she? She's always treating me with delicious food.
Sorry that I'm not a good daughter for you. I can't be filial to my parents, and I can't be as thoughtful as Sandy anyway.
The way you talk is as bad as your father. Well, it's in the DNA, so it can't be helped.
I think we should end our conversation here. I'm busy. I'm still working diligently, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Then you must work hard because poor people don't have time to take a break. Do you mind if I go into your room?
Why are you going there?
Because Sandy is coming back. So I need to clean the room and I want to get rid of unnecessary things.
Are you going to empty my room?
Yes, of course. It's the only room we have here.
What about me then? I will lose my own room if you do that.
Don't be so naive. You're old enough to move out.
What? I don't like it when you say that out of the blue. Why so sudden? You didn't say anything about moving out until yesterday.
You know what? I don't care how small your company is. You have enough money to live on your own, don't you? You can leave anytime you want.
Well, I have money, but it's too sudden, and I need to prepare for the move.
If you don't say anything selfish about the size of the room or how close it is to the station, you'll find a room soon. Why don't you just hire a mover for your luggage? If it's just the initial cost, I can pay for it.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Sandy said that it's hard for her to commute from her current house. She's tired most of the time and she doesn't eat her meals regularly. I want to help her as soon as possible.
You should consider about my circumstances too.
Sandy works for a big company and she has nasty rivals at work. She's different with you, who only does a boring job that anyone can do. Sandy is my top priority, no matter what.
Can you please explain to me why you treasure Sandy so much? I'm your daughter too, right? You obviously have been treating me unfairly.
Why don't you stop being so mean all the time? Sandy and you are different, so it can't be helped. There's no use in comparing both of you.
Even though we're blood-related sisters? What's the difference?
That's what I want to ask you. Why are both of you so different, even though you're sisters? I'm sure you two were born out of my belly, but...
Huh? What does that mean?
Sandy has the perfect face and style. She was always the best in her study too. On the other hand, your grades aren't so good. Your appearance is also not so good. I don't even know what kind of job you're doing at that small company. Besides, your monthly salary is cheap too. You and your sister were born in the same house, ate the same food, and grew up the same way. But why are both of you so different?
I now understand that in your mind, me and Sandy are that different. That surprises me. I didn't know that you thought about me that way.
I've been wondering about that all this time, since both of you are blood-related sisters.
Okay, I understood. I don't want to live with a mother who thinks that way about me. I'll leave gracefully. You'll be satisfied with that, right?
Are you really going to leave? Well, thanks a lot. So, when are you going to move out?
I'll leave as soon as I get a room.
That's good news. Anyway, hurry up. I have to let Sandy know as soon as possible. Where did you go? It's Sunday. Did you go for work?
I have some errands to run.
By the way, how are the preparations for the move going? If you haven't finished it yet, why don't you take care of those on your day off? I told you to hurry up, didn't I?
I haven't found a room yet. You'll just have to wait a little longer.
You just need to prepare everything so you can move right away when you find the room. Don't waste your time. I can help you with the move.
Are you telling me that you want me to get out of our house that badly?
Let me ask you something instead. Are you worried about your sister?
Worried about what?
If I don't let her come home soon, she might get too tired and collapse at work. What if she gets sick because of that? Can you take the responsibility?
Absolutely not.
I knew you would say that. You're always thinking only about yourself. What a selfish girl. You're just like your father.
You know what? It's not that easy to find a room. It's only been a week. You should wait a little longer.
Then you can look for a room while you're at work, right? You have a lot of spare time anyway. Do it quickly.
There's no way I can look for a room while I'm at work. Don't be silly. I'm not playing around either.
But you just sit at the office all day in front of the computer, don't you? Why don't you just browse online and search for the room you want to move in? You should at least be smart enough to do that.
You won't know what kind of room it is until you see it with your own eyes. You can't just decide by looking at the pictures posted on the internet. If I fail, I'll have to move again, which will cost me extra time and money.
You've always been so selfish. And you're also lazy. You always want to try on clothes before buying them and check out everything before you enroll at school. You've been doing too many unnecessary things. You should be more efficient.
I'm searching for my place to live. I need to check about the security and so on. I'm going to live here, so let me take my time to decide.
You don't have to do that much. It's only a place for you to get some sleep. Besides, no one would harm an unattractive woman like you. In other words, It doesn't matter where you live.
That's terrible. You don't have to say that much. What's the matter with you, Mom?
It's you who are terrible. I feel so sorry for Sandy. And you act like you had nothing to do with it. Are you really Sandy's sister?
Enough is enough. Then I'm not going home anymore. You can do whatever you want with my stuff. Feel free to hire a mover anyway.
Are you sure? So you're going to be homeless or something?
Stop kidding me. There's no way I'm going to do that.
Well then, you can go out empty-handed if you want. Just don't do anything that'll get you in trouble with the police. I don't want you to put more burdens to our family. Hey, Sandy was asking if she can stay at your place. Where are you now?
It doesn't matter where I am. You don't care about me, do you?
You're not going to stay at a cheap motel or something like that, are you?
It's none of your business anyway.
Okay then. Do you have an extra bed for Sandy?
Yes, I do.
I'm just worried that Sandy might get sick from the unsanitary conditions of her new room.
Huh? Stop being rude to me, Mom.
Make sure she sleeps on a clean bed, okay?
Don't worry about that. Sandy said it's more comfortable to stay with me.
What do you mean? Where are you?
If Sandy won't tell you, why should I tell you?
Don't tell me that. You're asking Sandy to pay for her stay. I won't forgive you if you do that.
Listen, I think you've misunderstood me, Mom, so I'll tell you the truth.
Misunderstood? Don't be rude to me, Julia. I'm your mother. There's no way I misunderstood our family matters.
Huh? Why are you being so hysterical? I was just trying to tell you that I don't have any money problems. Why are you being so upset?
Stop blabbering nonsense. You got a job at a small company, right? There's no way that you're receiving a good salary. That's why you need money to make ends meet.
How long ago was that? I told you that I started my own business, didn't I?
Really? I don't know anything about that.
That's because you are not interested in me at all. I knew you weren't listening, but I didn't think you'd go this far. As your daughter, I'm sad to hear that.
You just got a new job at a different company, right? Did you get fired or something?
That's enough. There's no way I can explain to you because you won't understand. This whole conversation is just a waste of time.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't talk back to your mother. Anyway, tell Sandy to go back home right now. There's nothing to gain by staying with you. Just do what you are told, Julia. Hey, Julia. Sandy told me that she's moving out. Can you explain what's going on?
I thought Dad told you about that.
Your father has nothing to do with this. What are you talking about all of a sudden? I'm asking about Sandy, your sister.
I think Dad is involved too. Both Sandy and Dad said that they are moving out.
Huh? What do you mean? Stop making up stories.
I'm telling you the truth. The house is going to be sold. I think you should get ready to move out.
Wait a minute. I don't know what you're talking about.
What? But Dad told you about divorce, right?
Divorce? Now is not the right time to talk about your father. Besides, divorce is just your father's usual selfishness. Just leave him alone and he'll be in a better mood. Your father has always been like that.
I don't think Dad is being selfish. You are the one who's being selfish. Besides, I think he really meant it when he said he couldn't take it anymore. I know exactly how Dad feels.
That's not true, so you don't have to worry. It's your father who will be in trouble without me.
I don't think so. Dad is a good cook and he can do the housework too. If I were you, I wouldn't let him leave. Besides, I've always thought it's hard to find a father who's as independent as Dad.
Huh? Are you serious?
I'm thinking of asking Sandy and Dad to help me at work. I've already told them the details, so I think both of them are serious.
What kind of work? What the heck are you talking about?
I don't know if you will understand or not. I'm starting my own apparel company.
Apparel?
It's all about fashion, so it seems that you were right. Sandy is attractive and she has a lot of friends, right? That's why I'm going to ask her to do the PR for my company. It's a great idea, isn't it?
Stop blabbering nonsense.
Just listen to me until I finish talking. Dad says that he's going to take advantage of his experience and will do the sales-related work.
Are you telling me that your father and Sandy are going along with your stupid dream story?
That's right.
What?
To be honest, I'm starting a business with uncertain future. The fact that Dad is willing to divorce you to take on this challenge means that he's serious.
Then I'll join you. I'll carry Sandy's bag or whatever. If you want, I can be Sandy's assistant. You can pay me $2,000 a month as Sandy's assistant.
No, there's nothing you can do to help. I'd rather donate that money to my clients than pay you $2,000. Also, Dad is divorcing you and he's willing to help us. It would be annoying for everyone if you join my company, so I'm not gonna let you do that. How can I trust a mother who would kick out her own daughter?
Then what's going to happen to me? What am I supposed to do for my family?
I don't think you have to do anything. From your point of view, you'll be free from me and Dad, right? You don't have to take care of anything. I think that's good enough for you. It's what you always want, isn't it?
Then what about Sandy? Will she be okay?
Sandy always hated you for being overprotective, and you don't even seem to notice that. Looks like she's been troubled about that all the time. Poor Sandy.
Oh no. Did Sandy say that by herself? That must be a lie. There's no way she would say such a thing.
There's no way I would lie to you about something like this. Besides, Sandy said that she wants to work with me. I'm sincerely happy for that.
No kidding. Then how am I supposed to make a living? I don't even have enough money.
Dad said that you can have the money he earned from selling our house. That's enough money for you to live on. I honestly think he doesn't have to give you the money. He says it's his last kindness to you. Dad is a really nice guy, isn't he?
Then what will happen to me after the house is sold? Where am I supposed to live?
It's up to you. Why don't you live together with your new guy or rent a small apartment somewhere? You don't need a big house, do you? Why don't you just rent a room with the money you get from selling our house?
I've never rented before and I don't want to. I don't even know how to do the paperwork. What should I do?
I'll take care of the complicated procedures for you. You should at least prepare for the move yourself and just make sure you get divorced from Dad. It'll affect his future job.
I refuse. I won't approve the divorce.
What? Mom, do you really think you're in a position to be so bossy? Who the heck do you think you are?
What do you mean?
Why don't you take a deep breath and think about it carefully? You know yourself the best.
I haven't done anything wrong, so I don't have to think about that.
Oh well, if that's the way it is, I don't blame you. Then you and Dad can talk about the divorce.
Hey, I can't reach your dad. Can you tell me why?
Because you are so selfish that the discussion about your divorce is stuck. I can understand how Dad is getting exhausted talking to you. He said he's hired a lawyer.
Is that so? Listen, I don't have enough money to live on. Can you help me?
What? Anyway, are you ready to move out?
Move out? What do you mean?
I told you, the sooner you sell the house, the sooner you'll get the money. I've told you many times about that, haven't I?
That may be true, but aren't you worried about your mother? I have no place to move in.
You know what? Dad is the only person who cared about me until now. You've been neglecting me. I've had a lot of humiliating experiences. So I guess it's time for you to experience the same thing.
That's because I thought Sandy was on my side until now. Anyway, I'll be nice to you from now on. I'll do my best for the family. I'll actively take care of you, and I'll even help you with your work. So please, come back.
No, that's absolutely impossible. Dad himself said he absolutely doesn't want to do it. I definitely don't want to do it either.
Why do you say that so forcefully? I've been doing my best for my family. You've seen that, right?
Let me be honest with you, Mom. You think I don't know?
About what? I'm not hiding anything. I told you I didn't do anything wrong.
You disgust me, Mom. You need to think about your life from now on by yourself. Dad has been very patient with you. You're such a jerk for not even knowing that.
Huh? What are you talking about? I've been patient with your dad too.
You've got to be kidding me. Let me just be brutally honest. You were having an affair, weren't you?
What? Affair? I didn't do that. What makes you say that?
Dad didn't want to say it out loud. He tried to divorce you because of a personality mismatch. You really didn't understand how kind Dad was. If you insist so much, I'll tell Dad to talk to you about alimony and stuff.
Alimony? Look, I don't have that kind of money. There's no way I can pay that. That's why you can't charge me with that.
I have all the evidence I need, but I don't want to get in trouble with you. I've been so calm until today. Why can't you understand that?
I see. Then I'm sorry. So please, forgive me. I promise that I won't see that guy I had an affair with from now on. I will do my best to take care of my family.
I'm afraid I can't grant your wish. I know that you just don't want to take responsibility for anything. You always put the blame on someone else. Mom, you're just too selfish.
Don't say that. I just needed a break. I told you that. Even housewives need a day off, didn't I?
You've been neglecting me since a long time ago, Mom. I really wanted you to take care of me like what you did with Sandy. I wanted to be spoiled by you, but now it's too late.
Hey, I'm really sorry. I'm apologizing to you, Julia. From now on, I will change my mind and how I behave.
Oh yeah, if you're going to change your mind, then you must divorce Dad and move out of our house. That's the only way you can fix things. Bye.
Hold on a sec. Julia, are you there?
It was very painful, but I decided to cut ties with my mother. Furthermore, my younger sister, who had received affection from my mother in the wrong way, confessed to me that she hated my mother's words and actions. It was hard for me, but I think my sister must have had a hard time too. Now, Sandy and I are joining forces with our father to start a new company as planned. It is full of hardships that I had never had to face before, but every day is fulfilling. And as for my parents' divorce, it has been unexpectedly prolonged due to the fact that my mother did not give her consent to the divorce. So we have resorted to a last resort. We confronted her with the evidence of her affair. As a result, we received alimony from her. My mother, who lost her house and money, is now working part-time as a cashier at a supermarket. She is now living in a shabby apartment without a bath and far from the station. It seems that it will be difficult for her to live a wealthy life in the future. I think she deserved that, since she was having an affair behind my dad's back and treating me badly.
Hey, Kelly, how are you? I have something to tell you. Jenny, what on earth do you want? Whoa! Aren't you being too cold to your sister? You're mean. My sister? I don't want you to call us sisters. Don't tell me you forgot what happened 10 years ago. You acted like a good girl and tricked Mom and Dad that I pushed you down the stairs. And because of that lie, they kicked me out of the house without hearing my opinion. I was only a sophomore in high school. They have always loved you like crazy, but they shouldn't have done that to me. But I had worked so hard to make a living on my own, started my own modeling company, got married, and was finally ready to be happy. And then you took my husband and my daughter away from me a week ago and kicked me out of the apartment? Oh, did I do that kind of stuff? But Charlie chose me, just like Mom and Dad did. Nothing more. I'm prettier and more talented than you, so it's only natural that I was chosen, right? LOL. Chosen? You were chosen? Huh? Hey, I'm tired of you. That's why he was acting weird these days. I also thought it was strange that Marie's face looks so much like mine, even though she's my stepdaughter. He was saying some cheesy things about how we were destined to be together and that the faces happened to look alike. But it was you. You work for the company where he works. And you and Charlie used to date. And Marie was your child. Plus, you made Mom and Dad pay child support because you didn't want to. And you forced Charlie to take care of Marie all the time. He is pretty stupid to try to start over with someone like that. But how much more do you have to take from me? Even though you've become a stranger, do you really enjoy tormenting your own family that much? Well, even though once you were my sister and now a stranger to me, I feel sorry for you if you end up knowing nothing. So let me tell you, I have to be far superior compared to you. Huh? You used to be an ordinary person with nothing but a good face and body, but now you're a successful model, and you're the president of a company, and you're married to a handsome guy like Charlie. Plus, you are living an elegant life in a high-rise apartment without any inconvenience, aren't you? Seeing you like that, I got very frustrated. What's that? For such a reason? Is life all about winning or losing, superiority or inferiority? If you don't like me, then just leave me alone. The main reason I got into modeling was because I was kicked out of our house, and it was the only way I could earn money to survive on my own. I was desperate to start my own company so that I wouldn't have to depend on people like you, who are the worst kind of people. I didn't even want to see or have anything to do with you people anymore. How cocky! Just because you're a bit better? Get over yourself. You lost your husband and daughter. You should be more upset. Admit you lost. You are a low-class person than me. It's not right for you to be more arrogant than me. Why are you being so snippy? It's true that I was angry when I found out about Charlie's affair and that Marie was your own child. And you've been working with Charlie, Mom, and Dad to take Marie away from me. I was pretty depressed. I thought she was my sweet, true daughter. Oh, LOL. So you're just being stubborn. Then you should be more upset. You lost to me, and you'll always remain lower than me. But you know, it's rather refreshing to see that you're a real monster. I don't need a husband who cheats on me so easily, and I don't want a family that enjoys ruining her own blood sister's happiness. When I think of that, I can become calm naturally. I'm glad that I'm free. What the hell? That weird calmness really pisses me off. Go ahead and be pissed off, but that's how I feel right now. Besides, I was able to change because I was able to crawl up from that rock bottom in 10 years. I'm successful because I struggled from a young age. You might have wanted to kick me out when I was in high school and see me live the rest of my life at rock bottom. But if you think you can have everything in your way, you're wrong. What? But that's enough. There's nothing I can say to you, and it's a waste of my time to talk to you any longer. If you want him so badly, I'll give you the whole apartment, and you can be happy with the three of you and your parents. Bye. I'll do that even if you don't tell me. Don't act like you're fine. Hey, give me your modeling company. I'll take it. I'm sure I can run it better than a woman like you. Yes, excuse me, who are you? I'm in the middle of work. Don't put me to trouble. What? What are you talking about? I'm your sister. You blocked my number, so I had to change my number and reach you. And what the hell with that attitude? Ugh, I'm the one who should be saying what the hell. And I don't have time to listen to a person who starts out by saying, "Give me your modeling company," as if you're robbing. Which means I'm blocking this number too. Bye. Hey, Kelly, do you think you're in a position to refuse? I don't know what's going to happen to your office. Huh? What do you mean? The owner of your office building is Charlie's relative, right? Yes, that's right. So, what are you going to do this time? How can you come up with one harassment after another? Well, you can only act cool only for now. You'll be surprised when you hear this. Charlie did us a favor and asked his relatives to cancel the lease. Now, your company is going to disappear. What? I haven't received any such notice. Well, don't worry. It won't be anytime soon. Next month is the renewal month, right? So they're going to ask you to move out at that time. Are you kidding me? Why should I face to that kind of problem? How much more do you have to take from me? He doesn't want to see your face anymore. Well, I'm still your ex-sister, so I did stop him, LOL. But he insisted, so I had no choice, LOL. So obvious. I'm sure you agreed to it with them anyway. That's enough. If Charlie is just as brainwashed by you as everyone else is, then it can't be helped. But even if you suddenly ask me to leave, I can't. Right. I'm a merciful person, so I negotiated for your sake, you know. Be thankful for your kind sister. Negotiate? Of what? I'm saying, negotiating that if you give me your company, I'll let you keep the office. Huh? That way, you won't have to move. As long as you leave, everything will work out. I'll take your whole company. What do you say? You must be so frustrated. How much more do you have to make fun of me? You just can't hand over your company to others and say, here you are. Besides, the models and the employees won't be satisfied with such an arrogant way. Huh? Are you trying to say that it is your achievement that the company has been able to survive until today? Of course not. You're just an ordinary lady with a better face. Besides, this is the result of your mediocrity and lack of popularity. So why don't you just give it to me and I'll protect your models and your employees? If the lease contract is terminated and the office disappears, everyone will be out on the street. If that happens, everyone will hate you and they will demand compensation or something. You're always ready to talk back, huh? That's enough. If you want this company, then it's all yours. What? You're going to give it away that easily? You won't listen to me. We can't even have a conversation. In exchange, I can keep the office as it is, right? You know what I'm talking about. Well then, I'll leave it to you. I really wanted to see you more frustrated though, LOL. I'll forgive you if you say you'll give me the company. Don't worry. I'll make the company even bigger than it is now. I'm sure Charlie, Mom, and Dad will be very happy. Well, good luck with that. Now don't ever get involved with me again. Now I'm in a completely superior position than you. I feel so much better now. It's absolutely ridiculous to have a person like you as the president and a successful person. Now the world is finally back to its right place. Yeah, you can say that all you want for the rest of your life. Well then, I'll leave after I finish up the paperwork. Okay, gotcha. Kelly! Kelly! Kelly, you noticed, right? Answer me! Shut up. What is it this time? What's going on with your company? As soon as I took over as president, most of the models and employees disappeared. There were more when I went to visit last time. Why are they gone so suddenly? Why? Because they all quit and came to my place. Huh? What do you mean? I explained to the models and employees everything that had happened up to this point when I handed over the company to you. Also, I told them that I would start a new company. They had to choose whether they wanted to stay with your company or follow me. That's headhunting! That's unacceptable! Give me back the power of my company! The power? The models? The employees? It's not like they're items. I mean, why aren't you here? What? I thought you had something important to do today. Something important? You have a meeting with Scott, the executive director, right? I didn't want to see you anymore either, but there is unavoidable circumstance, so I'm here too. Get here ASAP. You're already an hour late. He's very furious. What? Why are you with him? I mean, how did you know I have a meeting? I just talked to him directly about everything that's been going on. Does that mean you told him everything? That I've started to work as the president of your company as a side job? A side business? I didn't know that, LOL. The place you're working now, to be precise, it's a prestigious entertainment-related company that your parents were bragging a lot. I heard they don't allow side jobs. I just checked with Scott. If you're going to start over as the president of a new company, you should be ready for the new position. You were going to become president of another company without making any arrangements with your current employer? Give me a break. No, because the CEO is someone who sits in a chair and tells the employees what to do, which means someone who has time would do it, right? And I'm good at what I do, and I think I can do it while working at my current company. The frog in the well knows nothing of the great ocean. Huh? Even if you're not smart, you know this, right? Reality is not as kind as you think. Being a CEO is not just sitting in a chair in the office. There are many greetings and conferences too. I don't mind admitting that you got a job at a great company and are still able to work there. But how could you decide to be a CEO as a side job with such a naive idea? Oh no, but I actually have a lot of free time. I've been sitting in my chair most of the time since I became the president. Well, of course. I'm taking over everything that's been going on at that company. There's nothing for you to do. What? Why would you do that? Oh, yeah, of course. I told my business partners about it. I guess it's about time you start getting a flood of calls for the cancellation. You're going to be busy even if you don't want to be. I'm glad you're finally working like a boss. Then what am I supposed to do now? If I don't do something, this company will go bankrupt. And the apartment is already behind in its payments. Mom and Dad say they don't have any more money. That's none of my business. You're good at what you do, aren't you? Why don't you just use your brilliance to do something about it? You said you can run a company better than me, so show me how you do it, LOL. If you can't do it, why don't you cry to Charlie and your parents who love you and ask them to do something about it? I can't help you because I'm just an ordinary person with nothing but a good face and style. Oh no, it wasn't supposed to be like this. It's like I'm being set up by you. I was going to be the president and make lots of money with a cushy job? Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, Scott has become really mad at you. He's saying he doesn't want to waste his time on people like you. Oh, please? Can't you just say something reasonable? My phone started ringing like crazy. I can't come. What? You sure? If you don't show up, the company will sue you. You and Charlie too. Get sued? Why would they do that? Charlie is the general manager of your company, right? Scott already knew that Charlie was using his privilege and his family connections to embezzle company expenses to have an affair with you. He called you to give you one last chance. No! What the hell is going on? Right after you left me and remarried to Charlie, there was a tip-off while you were enjoying a happy-go-lucky honeymoon in Hawaii. I heard that it has become a problem. So if you don't come here today and explain, they're going to file for embezzlement and abuse of authority to the police. No kidding! Then why are you there? Because we used to be business partners. When I went to tell him that the president had been replaced and that I was starting a new company, the president's name was your name. So he asked me what happened. I told him everything that had happened. What? Also, I heard that there's been quite a problem with the fact that people from your own company doing things like blackmailing with the help from relatives. Scott wants to hear your story, including that. Oh, but he says he's going to call the police because you're too late. No way! Wait a minute! All right, I'll be right there. Please don't call the police. Coming this far, you're hopeless, you know. Please, help me! If I lose my company, my job, and everything, also Charlie, Marie, Mom, and Dad will all end up in the street. Hey, we're family. We're a family, so let's help each other. A family? We're already over since that day 10 years ago, aren't we? And I'm just an ordinary person with a good face and body who should be lower than you. So you don't want to be saved by someone like that, do you? Well, I feel sorry for Marie, but for her sake, the four of you should get along and live to atone for your sins. Wait, sis! I understand. I admit everything that I did wrong. I'll apologize to Charlie, Mom, and Dad, even if I have to roll my head and get down on my knees. I'm so sorry. I'll return the company and I'll do anything. So please. Sis, when was the last time you called me that? Then, can you help me, your poor sister? No, 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 LOL. It's too late. Even if you could return the company, whatever you two make up for it, it's not that easy to get back the time and trust you lost, you know? You should have learned that before you tried to be a CEO. Bye. An hour after I turned off my phone, Jenny finally showed up at my place. However, because she admitted to a number of illegal actions, such as using expenses, threatening me, and thereby becoming the president of the company, I heard that she was taken away by police who were waiting on the spot, and Charlie was arrested and taken away by another police who went to his apartment. And I received an apology and a request to get back together from my former parents who had learned the truth of the matter, but they were arrogant and used Marie as an excuse. So, I quickly blocked them, telling them that it was their decision and that they should solve it by themselves. I'm going to work hard toward my dream with my team who believe in me at my newly established company.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!